American Fugitive by Shingo Zhang. Chapter 21 LuoTian County. At night, Zhang Yuzhen's telephone monitoring teams in several cities had a breakthrough. They obtained Lin Jianhan and Lin Jianyou's hiding places in LuoTian County. Zhang Yuzhen also looked for Lu Dingfeng's whereabouts, but got nothing. Xiao Zichang made plans to arrest Lin Jianhan and Lin Jianyou. The operation began early next morning. Xiao Zichang went to LuoTian by car. He wanted to be a part of the action. 10 armed policemen surrounded a 4-story apartment building in Fengshan town. 4 men with automatic rifles walked up to an apartment on the 2nd floor. 1 policeman knocked on the door. After a while, an old woman opened the door just a crack, showing only half of her face. She asked, "Who are you looking for?" The policeman said, "We are looking for a young man from Wuhan." The woman said, "We don't have any young man here," as she tried to close the door. The officer pushed the door wide open. The woman screamed desperately, "We don't have one in this home! We don't!" The 4 policemen searched the bedrooms and bathrooms. 1 bedroom door was locked. Inside the bedroom, Lin Jianyou opened the window, climbed onto the sill. As he was about to jump, he saw 3 armed policemen on the ground already running over. Suddenly the bedroom door was kicked open. 3 policemen with automatic rifles rushed into the room. "Don't move!" Lin Jianyou froze on the window. "Come down slowly!" Jianyou came down. "Raise your hands!" Jianyou complied. 1 policeman pulled Jianyou's hands behind his back and cuffed him. Jianyou turned around. His face was white, and his eyes revealed fear. He never had any conflict with police before. The 3 policemen ignored him and began to search the bedroom. Behind a farmhouse in Pinggu village, a man wove bamboo strips together to make a basket. He wore a jacket with messy hair and a long beard. Only upon close look would one recognize him as Lin Jianhan. The house's owner was an old couple, whose son and daughter-in-law were migrant workers in a coastal city. An 8-year-old boy lived with his grandparents in the house. The boy had a nickname Wen-Zi, which had the same pronunciation as the word fly in Chinese. Although Jianhan had lived in the house for 5 days only, he and Wen-Zi became buddies already. Wen-Zi was at an intersection on the village's main road looking for unusual activities, upon Jianhan's request. The farmhouse was on an alley parallel to the main road. Wen-Zi saw 2 policemen on motorcycles coming toward the village. He immediately turned back and ran home. As soon as he saw his home, Wen-Zi shouted, "Uncle, uncle!" Lin Jianhan immediately hurried to the front yard. He saw 2 policemen, each on a motorcycle, turning into the alley. Jianhan took a bicycle parked in the front yard and fled. He looked back and saw the 2 motorcycles were chasing him. At the intersection which brought the alley back to the main road, Jianhan turned into the main road. The 2 motorcycles followed him. Suddenly, Jianhan saw a police SUV approaching in front of him. Jianhan quickly turned left onto a dirt road, which was on an embankment between 2 ponds. The 2 men on motorcycles missed the dirt road at first, but they turned back. The SUV stopped in front of the dirt road. Xiao Zichang jumped out of the car. He quickly raised a semi-automatic rifle and fired twice into the sky. Lin Jianhan looked at his back quickly. He was about to move into a large forest area. Xiao Zichang fired 2 shots at Lin Jianhan. Jianhan flew off the bicycle. His head hit the edge of the pond, and his body landed in the pond after rolling several times. Jianhan lay flat in shallow water, unconscious. The 2 men on motorcycles arrived. They ran to Jianhan with a bleeding wound on his thigh. They pulled Jianhan out of the water. Lin Jianhan woke up. His face was twisted in pain. A police car stopped on the dirt road. 2 policemen came down. One treated Jianhan's gunshot wound and wrapped bandages around his thigh. The 4 men carried him up and put him into the car's back seat. Although he was in pain, Jianhan didn't make a sound. Xiao Zichang walked over. He touched Jianhan's right jacket pocket and felt something. He unzipped the pocket and took out a plastic bag, which contained an audio cassette. The label on the cassette read, "Born to be Wild," in English. "Rock music! It's really Lin Liguo's stuff." Xiao Zichang turned and handed the cassette to a man next to him. "Report to Director Lu right away," he said. "We found the audio cassette." To a second policeman, Xiao Zichang said, "Let's go to the house and search the place." The three men walked quickly towards the SUV. The police car carried Lin Janhan to LuoTian County Hospital. In the living room, the grandparents stood in fear in front of a policeman. Wen-Zi hid behind his grandparents. Xiao Zichang and another policeman searched Lin Janhan's room. The man searched a travel bag and suddenly shouted happily, "Found it!" Xiao Zichang walked over. He took the travel bag and saw the cassette recorder which had been stolen from the National Archive. Xiao Zichang put the travel bag on a table. He took out the cassette recorder and examined it carefully. Around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Wuchang Branch Bureau released Gao Xingquan. At the gate of the detention center, a male friend greeted him. Gao Xingquan wore a suit, but he looked dejected and sick. The next morning, Ren-Yee brushed his teeth by a sink. 2 guards came. One said, "Follow us. You will be released." Ren-Yee was surprised and speechless. "What's the matter? You don't want to get out anymore?" said the other guard mockingly. Ren-Yee stopped brushing his teeth. He rinsed his mouth and washed his face in quick succession. Although it was painful for him to walk, he followed the 2 guards. An hour later, Ren-Yee walked out of the gate of the Jiangnan Branch Detention Center. He wore the same old painter's jacket and had a travel bag in hand. He stopped and looked up into the hazy sky. He found it difficult to believe that he was free, and had no idea why he had been released. He took out his cell phone and called Song Huimin. Song Huimin said, "How are you?" Ren-Yee said, "I am okay. After arriving at Jiangnan Detention Center, I wasn't beaten again." "Of course not. Old Lu warned them about it. Say thanks to Old Lu. Old Lu can do a thorough job when he needs to." Ren-Yee asked, "Have Lin Janhan and Lin Janyo been caught?" "They were caught last night." "Was the audio tape found?" "The tape and the recorder were all recovered." Although he expected that, Ren-Yee was upset. He wanted to say, "That's an awful shame." But what came out was, "Really awful?" Huimin asked. "What are your plans?" "I do not know. Go back to America." "Don't you miss your family?" "Yes." "Then go home quickly." After a pause, he asked, "How are Lin Janhan and Lin Janyo? Are they injured?" She said, "Lin Janhan was shot in one leg. He is in a hospital." "Really?" she said in a flat tone. "Yes. You take a good rest." "Okay, bye." "Goodbye." Ren-Yee called his wife. "Jin Yong-Shee said, why are you using your old phone?" He said, "I don't need to hide anymore." Lin Janhan and Lin Janyo were arrested. "Really? That's tragic." Jin Yong-Shee didn't know that Ren-Yee had been detained for 3 days and 4 nights. "It's tragic. Please come back soon. I am scared." "It's okay now. Don't get involved anymore. Come back, will you?" "How is Tsai-Hua?" "She is asleep. She was sick 2 days ago." Fortunately, Shushao's mother was here, and helped me a lot. "What was the problem?" "Inflammation of the throat. She is better now." He said, "Say hello to her for me tomorrow." She said, "Okay." Ren-Yee did not tell Jin Yong-Shee about his detention and release. He called a taxi and left.